Welcome, everybody, to the next episode, episode 17 of Shadow of Israphel, the long shadow that he cast on our lives and continues to cast.
The haunting presence.
We're back again. We're
when would that
here with
Israphel
friends.
leave us alone?
Why won't he just fucking quit?
The ghost we all must bear.
Now,
It's true.
I don't have a segue. I was going to try and think of a segue. What do you all have for breakfast today? That's my segue.
I had a piece of toast with an egg on it.
Wow.
I think oh man, the only thing I had to eat today was like lunch, and it was like 2 big burgers.
If you don't sit your ass down and go get some food, I'll cry.
Well, that's the thing. I had lunch pretty late too, so I'm still fine, and I kind of overate.
Okay.
Yeah, I do also kind of wake up a little too late to justify a whole breakfast meal when lunch is like an hour away.
I had some toast.
Well, what if while you were having breakfast, someone was committing murder?
No.
No.
There you
No.
go, there's your segue.
That brings
That'd
us
be scary.
to part 5 of Shadow of Israphel, Breakfast Distraction. 3.7 million views, January 31st, 2011 was the day.
Whoa.
It's crazy.
And the very first thing we see when we go in is true, actual, attested in the description fan art from Yogscast Michael.
Yeah, I was really
So
excited to see
good.
the fan art. The first thing I was just like, oh my god, we're getting like stupid fucking fan art now? That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
I
a
love
crazy, it's been like 2 days since this happened.
Yeah, I love the little, like, chibi face Granny Bacon, and then the
Yeah.
grizzled, really realistic.
I love that.
Like,
The
sort of a
Yogi was really
He-Man
adorable.
styled action
Oh.
figure,
Yeah,
kind of
exactly, yeah.
No,
Very
that's a
rugged.
hunk of a dwarf right there.
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard to understand his emotions, because this is a depiction of the "you shot your bolt in my establishment" exchange.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
And I don't know if he's like smirking and proud of it, or if he's kind of like perturbed and because in the moment he was perturbed and embarrassed. He was kind of very scared, and he ran out and got scared. But I don't know.
Maybe it's a sort of situation where he's like, I gotta get out of here and still look cool to make it so that it's inconspicuous.
He fumbled, but he had to run
away.
away just to make sure no one else knew that he fumbled.
Yeah.
Proper
I
quest,
really liked
Lewis.
it.
It's a proper quest. That's
A
the first thing
proper
we hear.
quest.
That was the last episode, though. So they're talking. The last time they were trying to meet the wizard Fumblemore to see if he had any advice on what to do to heal their friend Old Peculiar, who's very old before his time. He's aging rapidly.
Sickly.
He's dying. He has the taint of Israphel. He's tainted. His body and his spirit are
Corruption.
tainted by his experiences. And Fumblemore gave them a recipe, and they need 2 golden apples. So Lewis is like, I'm sure we had a golden apple. And Simon says guiltily, look, it was a long journey. I got hungry.
He's just a hungry guy.
Lewis asks if he gave it to Granny Bacon, that big, lovely, voluptuous woman.
Oh, I would like to say, actually, because I totally forgot, I watched some of these at work. Instead of doing my job. I'm saying that because it's funny to say, which means that some of these jokes I kind of remember, but I remember trying to pretend, like, to shake them off like I wasn't, like, watching YouTube on the clock. So,
Yeah.
Try not to laugh challenge extreme mode.
pretty much, I was just kind of sitting there, like, I'm in the back corner of everything, but I was just kind of sitting there, just like, haha.
Yeah, Simon attests he was just doing a bit, but he said he traded in exchange for licking her icing, which, you can learn all about that in the last
Yeah.
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 They've given Fumblemore some water and feathers, which are arrows. You have to take them off. Some disassembly
They're
required.
making him pluck them.
Yeah. So now they need... Lewis is chanting this. It's like, sulfur, doctor, 2 golden apples, all that stuff. He's chanting it. He needs to make a shopping list. They need to get some sulfur, which is gunpowder for us Americans.
Repeating it to remember, like, blue flower, red thorns. Blue flower, red thorns.
And they had a plan that they were going to go and kill respected member of the community, Mr. Astley, who is a creeper. He's a reformed
He's
creeper.
an innocent
though.
man, and
He
they are
lives in
going
his house.
to kill him.
And they hear they need sulfur, and they instantly think, let's go kill this guy. Because he's just a creeper, and they know where he is.
I remember I was watching this, and shit, I think my audio glitched out, my headphones unplugged, my earbuds unplugged and pre-plugged, and now it just look there's a weird gap. Whatever, not the point. The point is, I didn't realize sulfur meant gunpowder in the moment for some reason, and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Sulfur's not a thing in this game? Why are they going to kill my beautiful, beloved friend Astley? And I was just sitting there, and it took me a second, I was like, oh,
yeah, it's called that on their game.
Yeah.
It's called sulfur. I don't know if it used to be called sulfur.
I guess I wasn't paying
if it's a
attention to hard that, but my brain was just
thing.
like, in my head, that's gunpowder. And it's not sulfur, so I was just like, "What the
odd,
fuck?
yeah.
Are they lying to me?"
It might be a regional difference because you can set your dialect.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Minecraft.
thinking.
Yeah, one of my favorite traits of that is that you can change it to pirate language.
True.
Oh, I like
Famously.
doing pirate language. It's so funny.
Luz thinks he saw some sulfur in the trash can behind Mr. Astley's house. Actually, I have written here that is his poop.
Yep.
He shitted.
If we kill Astley without Skylord looking, Lewis jumps instantly to murdering someone.
Innocent man.
Are you sure this is why? It's just killing. He's integrated into society, Lewis.
Wrong with Lewis is a monster.
He instantly jumps to cold-blooded
I'm
murder to
turned
solve
into
this
a
puzzle.
monster, a monster.
Thank
you. Thank you.
It's so fucked up and villainous. Where in your heart can you find?
You know
such
who's
a
never done
motivation
some
to do
shit like
such a-
that? Israphel. I don't think
Yeah.
we've ever even seen Israphel kill someone on screen, as far as we know.
They simply
He's
pick on the
peaceful
weak,
man. Yeah.
the weak and the vulnerable.
I remark on how pretty it is to see all the floating islands in the daytime as they're talking about murder.
Yeah, I'm always just like, I really like how charming this old fucking map is. It's
really
just,
is.
it
It's
makes me so happy. It's so very peak, like, back in the day, you'd go, like, watch on someone's, like, playthrough, and they have all this crazy, elaborate shit going on, and it's, like, it's especially before, like, some things came into place, like, the fences and whatever. I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
Lewis is trying to, like, find his way down, and Lysander says, there's only one way down, without broken limbs. Classic Skylord joke. Classic joke they were doing all the time.
There's only one way down. Cool. Almost sounds like an album title. Without broken limbs. Oh, okay.
That could be on the album cover.
That could be, like, a song without broken limbs, I'm just saying.
Lewis, he's walked down to, like, a Zeppelin dock, and now he's, like, gotten separated from Simon and Lysander. He's like, I'm lost, Simon. I'm lost in Mistral City. It's also an album.
Yeah, Lost in Mistral City does sound like a crazy
It's
cool
really
song.
not that big or confusing, but I do appreciate the exploration and getting to see all the... There's so many intricate details in this build that, like, they would never see for any reason. So much love and care put into it.
Yeah.
Lewis asks if Simon has sulfur. Simon says, I didn't think we'd need any. This is fair. I never think that I need any of that either. Lewis guesses it's for wizard stuff. They do realize that they have TNT, which it would be funny if they just gave him another thing that said, hey, just take it apart, like the arrows.
Yeah.
Just go in there, as if he can
Deconstruct
disassemble it into its component parts. He's an alchemist, the law of equivalent exchange. Simon thinks that it might not be a good idea to give the crazy wizard who blows things up explosives, possibly.
What? No. I think he should have blew some more stuff up.
I think the issue is here that we've got a wizard blowing things up who's got a wand, and we're just assuming that he knows what he's doing, that he's like an alchemist.
Oh, man.
But alchemy is very different from wizardry. This Fumblemore guy, I'm not sure he knows
I
what he's
thought they were going
doing.
to make some fucking Fullmetal Alchemist joke. It just felt like it'd be right
These
there.
guys don't know what the fuck that
We've
is.
never seen
They-
that.
Ja-
I guess not. I'm just
Some-
used to nowadays.
This is
where it's-
all Simon knows about Japanese cartoons is Iggy! That's as much as he knows.
I guess this is true. I don't know. That was my brain wanting to go there.
I have a few different takes about this part, and a little bit before it.
Ooh.
As Lewis is making his way up there, he said something to the effect of, this isn't where I was supposed to be at all, but I was listening to it while writing, and my brain scrambled it to make it sound like he was calling himself a tool. just the Britishness of it all. Lewis, the British man that you are. And I also have a really mean note on here, because I just wanted to be mean at them for fun. We're just assuming he knows what he's doing. Well, he certainly seems to know more than y'all, but that really isn't saying much.
Literally so funny.
Don't worry, I get a little mean sometimes. Lewis
They're a little bit
aggravates
mean.
me,
That's just how
the way he
British
plays
people are.
the things that happen to him in these episodes.
Mill, were you gonna say something?
I mean, honestly, I only have one... I have one big note on this episode that I simply will wait patiently to say.
Alright,
But until then,
so
I just must mention that conspiring to kill Mister, it's so villainous. And like,
it's really
what?
dark and twisted. These guys are the heroes? Okay.
Wow. Hashtag problematic.
What the hell? And Lewis, just because he's so bloodthirsty, casually slaughters a pig in the street while Simon's talking.
Literally, just senseless killing.
Yeah, and Simon does say, I'm not sure he knows what he's doing, but what else are we gonna do? We don't have much of an option. Yeah, I like how much he's thinking about all this. He wants to grab some proper water from the Pool of Life as requested, but they can't find the Pool of Life. Skylar Lysander explains, the wizard's going senile. We renamed the Pool of Life after there were some drownings.
I loved this. I was like, oh, there's just the pools are in town, and like it looked kind of cool because these people don't know how to fill a pool with water, actually. So they just have gone around the sides because they don't know how to like.
Yeah,
fill
there's
it
a
up
weird
in
like wave machine pool
it
happening.
looks cool.
With
It looks like the pig and the sheep are trapped in the wave, in like in the wave pool, and then he said that as like they're trapped in the Action Park wave pool because people are drowning.
The endless torment pool. They're trapped in there.
The endless torment pool is a good way to call it.
Then Lewis walks right into the church. He says, let's talk to this father chap. And Simon's Elvis impression is really funny.
It was so funny because it was really bad for me, personally.
I love the way that he keeps just doing it as like a vocal take, like
I know, it's
as
so
if he just
funny.
always is constantly doing that.
He's emanating that sound.
Lewis is asking, hey, can we have this golden apple?
Oh.
Sorry, Ross?
The classic stair steps with signs on the side of them for pews.
Literally.
And just the unintelligible Elvis impression as they're talking to him. It made me think that instead of, I don't think he wants to give us the holy apple, I thought he was going to say, I don't think he speaks English.
He speaks
There is something later that... there's this bit where he's like, you totally understand me, poor friend. It's like, I love him saying, you totally understand me when he's talking like this. So and just funny. After Simon does that, it's like, I'm always been so big music. I'm sorry? Always been a big fan of music.
Big fan of music.
But, Father Brayburn, unsurprisingly not willing to give them the sacred relic of his church, the Church of the Golden Apple.
So
it's a holy relic, he doesn't want to give it to them.
But then he's pretty okay with giving them the holy relic.
Well, yeah, it turns out.
He's like, oh, it's old-fashioned.
They're like, Skylar says, like, it's urgent, Father. Peculiar is ill. Simon just says, an old man could die!
Unfortunately, my fucking notes had me totally... I was writing it down, and I completely forgot that he was his father, I guess. It's been a while. My brain was just
who's
like...
father?
Just fucking
Father
Lysander
Brayburn.
He called him father. My brain was just like, what the fuck? That's his dad? Forgot how it works.
That's Skylar's dad, who Peculiar served with in the Sand War.
My brain forgot all the lore for a second, so I have a bunch of notes just like, what the fuck?
There's a crazy amount of lore in this episode for the lore heads, or not this episode.
I'm very smart, you guys. It didn't occur to me that people just call the father's the church father. That's crazy. Follow for more Wirt epic tips.
Yeah.
I have more of them. Of me being mean to them, which is just stop humming and mumbling. It's vibrating my brain.
If I may bounce off of vibrating brains, there's something in here that vibrated my brain at quite an excellent frequency.
Yeah,
I believe this was the part where Simon proposed writing a song in exchange for the apple.
No, that was Skylar Lysander. Skylar Lysander was pitching a whole other quest line.
And that's awesome. There's something so wonderfully bardic about that. Nice. I want to live in that cool Shadow band of Israphel
episode. They don't even have music blocks in the game. I think maybe they did. I can't remember. I'm a little torn. Either they were just added or they're not in the game.
That's even awesomer if it isn't. Start breaking shit. That's how you make noise.
I like the idea that Lysander doesn't know what they're fucking doing. Like, they didn't tell that actor what the quest was. He's just as, like, lost as they are. Father Braber explains, the big one, this whole Apple business is very old-fashioned these days. Says it's getting old. People are tired of it. It's not quite pulling in the punters, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I guess he's a very British Elvis.
I'm Elvis. No.
There's a weird cut in the conversation. Suddenly Lewis is standing somewhere else. And Simon is making, like, incoherent rambling noise. It's so like a funny. French Elvis.
I started zoning out for a second because he just kept going no, and I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be paying attention.
It's fucking doing something. Literally. It's his dark power.
My dark aura. My dark aura.
I like Simon says you should start a church of song.
Oh yes, his whimsy. He was like song. I like this idea.
Church of song. And he's a really big fan of music. It's funny that I just knew he would be into music. I don't know what could have given me that idea.
Whatever could have given it away.
So here's the deal. He says he'll give them the golden apple in return for a music record, which Luz disparages says even worse. It's even harder to find.
Literally, it's so funny.
I guess at that point they're both just like dungeon loot, as far as I'm aware. So it's kind of. I don't know if you have the Creepers Shot by Arrow skeleton music disc drop in this version. I don't know when that was added.
That's another thing that I didn't realize was this early on was music records. I didn't realize that they were all the way back in this build of beta.
They love it. They love their 2 music discs, and that's all they have.
It's all we have.
Yeah, and that's Lysander did, like, but while he's explaining what the real quest is, Lysander's like, so we'll write a song. We'll write some songs for you. I wish they just did a battle of the bands. Because it's not even a battle, they're just doing something creative and fun for free.
What if they were full of whimsy?
Israphel should have shown up with his band, and it was a contest to see who gets to win and Father Braber over, and if Israphel wins, he gets the golden apple, and he'll use it to curse Peculiar even more.
I'll make him even older.
Even more infirm.
Golden apple that makes you older.
So he's like, I'll make it like Church of the Holy Record. And Luz goes, ugh, because he's annoyed, he's angry. Honeydew calls him a genius, and Luz asks if he knows where they can find a record. I love Luz's refusal to use a period. He goes, okay, where do we find a record? No period. He goes, okay,
Okay,
with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's a little scaredy cat. I don't know, something's going on. He asks if they... Braber asks, like, you need 2? And Luz is like, yeah, he spares. And I don't think he ever answers, because then Luz goes, Argh! And then there's a cut, and they're outside all of a sudden.
The cuts are really funny this episode.
I don't know what was happening in this Braver section that they needed to cut a shit ton of times. I don't know what the fuck went down. Too much
Elvis. It would have killed us. That's probably what it all was. It was just him, like, filling the air.
All that. They're like, where are we going to get this? But Skylord Lysander's like, you remember Jasper? He's an avid music fan. He's a fan of music. He loves him some tunes.
Music.
He says he'll take them to his house, and he hopes he's not in. Simon's like, so we can steal from him. And they look, and he's like, they can see his name through the wall, so they know he's home.
That was really funny.
He's having a bath. It's a really swanky building. Lewis says it's quite a pimped out place on the corner.
Suppose that's one word to put it, is pimped out.
It's like the second floor is overhanging over like the little doorway. It's a corner thing. There's like doors on the 2 perpendicular walls there. It's, it's weird. But it's cool, and it's got a cool glass roof up top. Wow. I bet the view from up there is pretty good.
Wow.
They kind of just let themselves in to his house on the lower floor. He's got purple and green carpet, interesting pattern. He's got paintings on his wall, and even a kitchen sink and counters. He's living it up in here.
Wow.
He really knew how to style.
He's a rich man.
He's very rich. Remember, he owns that, logging business or something, and he's a politician. They're sneaking in the room and rifling through his chest on the first floor. He's on, the second floor in his bath, and there's nothing fucking in there. They hear Jasper enjoying some music in his bath.
Taking a nice bath.
He says, don't stop moving to the funky, funky beat. Nothing beats a good bath.
What a funky beat.
Lewis remarked that it sounds like he's listening to S Club 7.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh man, I haven't heard that name in years.
Famous British band that everyone knows. Club party. Simon, as usual, is the only one to actually fucking go up the stairs and look, but this time, Lewis asks if he can have a look so everyone joining us on the adventure can, see. Thank you, Lewis.
That actually made me laugh really hard because he was finally just like, yes, we would like to
everyone,
see it.
I would like to give Lewis an apology in the form of a poem that I've written.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Blue Zephos of Diamond Sword, always cowering behind the dwarf, yet heard our cries and changed your ways. I'm sorry I called you a bad name.
Yay!
I'm clapping. I hope this comes through good on my audio.
Snaps.
Now that my conscience is clean, let's move on. So Lewis creeps up the stair and sees the banister with fences and an iron door, evil jagged bars and scary face on the door blocking their progress, and also pink and purple wool forming a divider.
Wow.
He can see him in the corner, a giant tub with pink towels everywhere. He's having a nice wash, a nice splash around up there. Simon said, I do know a way to get him out of the house, but it's fairly extreme. You want to set fire to the house. I don't think that's a very good idea. I knew that was what you were thinking. I'm sure there's a better way to do this.
That part made me so angry that I became British in my notes.
How?
I literally, in all caps, in my notes have, don't fucking set his house on fire, you absolute knobhead.
You can't do this. Simon's so fucked up.
You don't know what the power does to people.
He's loved it ever since he set his own house on fire that one time as a hilarious joke. Lewis just walks up the stairs just walking full, not sneaking at all. Jasper kindly keeps his back to him the whole time while he's just looking around I don't see any chests up here, man. What's going on?
Just talking,
Lysander says they can probably get to the balcony from the sky platforms, rappel down from up there to avoid him. Simon groans at the idea, but Lewis is like, we can do it just like we did before. Have you got a bucket of water? Yeah, we could just bucket of water down, like Mission Impossible style. And he does the theme, and Simon giggles and guffaws so genuinely at his antics. Oh, Lewis, you're so silly. Yeah, they've been on, some adventure maps, so they, know the tech. They've learned it from their experiences.
Yeah.
Then Lewis goes, oh, shall we take out Astley while we're down here? Do you want to distract Lysander? Do you reckon you could just take him to Granny Bacon's? No. And now it all becomes clear that this is the breakfast distraction they spoke of. Simon, he does it like a Navi impression. Listen! Hey!
That was so funny. I was just like, okay.
Hey, listen!
That was really good.
Wait, really? What?
That sounded a lot like the voice clip.
Me? What?
Yeah.
The Navi.
Do it. Do it again.
Like Navi.
Hey! Listen!
True.
You did it.
It's that.
We actually got guest star Navi from the games.
That's
from
crazy.
Legends of Zelda's.
Hey!
I love how Lysander's reply to Simon randomly going, hey, Lysander, is, hello, how do you do? It's just like NPC mode.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's have breakfast, Simon says. Yay!
Yay!
Lovely bit of bacon. I know,
Yay.
nice bit of bacon. And
There
here she is.
That was kind of cute.
Yeah, they're kind of wholesome for a second. I'll admit. I'll be the first to admit. They're kind of being like cute about it.
Oh my
god. So Ashley explodes on Lewis instantly. Like Lewis he's going to kill Astley in cold blood, invading his home with a gun, as Milnak has put it, a loaded gun to kill him. He instantly gets into a spot of bother when Astley walks right up to the door, ready to explode. I like how Lewis describes him as swelled up, like he's like just waiting the second the door opens.
That's kind of what happens with the creepers right before they explode.
Yeah, like I think it's like back then they got like the creeper blowing up in this episode. In Lewis's defense, it's kind of fucked up from how we're used to it in the modern day. Like they are so much more like hair triggered. Like he'd hit them and be nowhere near them, and they would just blow up. What the hell?
The range on them in beta is really mean.
It's kind of messed up. In the background, meanwhile, Honeydew calls Granny his wrinkled strumpet, and Granny calls him Cutie Beard.
Aww.
Yay, wholesome.
It would be more endearing if Simon wasn't an accomplice to murder.
It would be more endearing if this wasn't all taking place next door to the grisly murder
of Mr.
I also have in my note, stop, no, you're telltale hearting him, and he's gone.
What is happening to him? He's exploding?
For some reason I had this thought that it was like the telltale heart, even though it's nothing like it.
Telltale sulfur, bro.
It's like because he's trying to murdering him and trying to keep it a secret, and he starts the floorboards. He's like trying to replace them.
Sneaking in.
He is going through every fucking bit of this guy's house to look for like the secret sulfur they hid in this house. I don't. Here, let's have a meta commentary right now. Do you think they put that creeper there on purpose? Do you think that was planned, or was that a complete accident?
That was just an accident. I think
really
that
hope it was an
creeper
accident.
spawned in there.
I feel like it must have just happened there. Like, oh, that's funny, and like maybe Skylar did improv. He's the only one who ever talked about Astley, so for all we know, that's just like Skylar's actor took initiative.
I clocked this as a classic 2011 like trolling moment of like, oh, if you open this door, you're gonna get rickrolled because the creeper's gonna blow up in your face and it'll be like,
it's definitely a rickroll reference. I'm just wondering if the creeper part was if it was planted there with knowledge, or if it was just like it'd be funny.
You know what? You know what it was? A creeper probably spawned in there, and then they took advantage of that to make that joke.
Maybe it's
like
all
they put the sign
sure
on his house after the
It sure as hell was not the solution to the sulfur quest line. Because Lewis was convinced there'd be like a chest in his house or something. You know, there was a chest full of sulfur right next to his house, and he didn't have to murder Mr. Astley at all. But you know, you know, but what if I had more? And this was the first instance of Lewis completely failing to kill a creeper when armed with a diamond sword, and that pissed me off a lot, actually. It made me real upset.
Oh my God.
Like, if he would just, like, commit to attacking instead of being really scared, he probably could have killed Mr. Astley. But as it was, Mr. Astley died defending his property, which is his right as a citizen of Mistral City.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Honeydew covers for Zephos by screaming, "That was nothing! Just one of Fumblemore's experiments!" Lewis has to repair the front door and then ransack the house. And Simon rambles off a order. Lysander has ordered 2 pork chops. I'd rather have something more traditional. I'd like some sausage, some eggs, some beans, some mushrooms, a couple of pieces of French toast, some tomatoes on the side, maybe a few chips, a warm milky mug of coffee, and can I have a glass of orange juice too? And that'll be all, thank you. And as that's all happening, Lysander's inviting him to play a game of pool. Yeah, pool table forever!
Pool table is so funny.
Oh, and Lewis found literally no sulfur in Astley's entire residence. He did find an empty basement and a bedroom with minecart tracks in it for some reason. I don't know why that's there. There's no...
I'm sorry, that's another thing I screamed about in my notes. Congrats, you killed him for nothing, and now Simon's having sex in global chat while you loot around through random people's houses.
That's pretty much what happened, yeah.
Sex in global chat, it's true. There's no creeper powder here, pal. I found nothing in his house. He died for nothing. He went mad. You attacked him. You killed him. He was just defending himself.
Mistral City is a stand-your-ground state.
That's true. I was watching, unrelated, I was watching a wrestling review thing where they were reviewing the reality show that John Cena was on with Nikki Bella and Brie Bella and stuff. And he was listing out these fucking weird-ass rules for them staying at his giant house in Florida. And he's like, if any of you guys are going to be staying up late, text me and let me know, because this is a shoot first date and I have a gun. Thank you, Jonathan Cena, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you.
sir.
Thanks, man.
Meanwhile, Granny Bacon says Honeydew should try her cooked fish, and they're making an innuendo, and Simon's mimicking cunnilingus while Lewis rates everything of value in his house.
I literally the video, which is we get it!
He's literally eating pussy right now. Your fishy goodness really hit the spot. You're doing a good job, man.
And then the cunnilingus is so good that she gives them free food.
That's how
kind
it
of
works.
iconic, but it was so awkward. I was like, okay.
Lysander is standing by with a cue by the pool table, waiting, trying to get Simon to play with him, but all he can think of is sex! Oh, and by the way, Lewis is there now. He's given up and gone to the greasy, spoony tea shoppy. Simon sees that Granny has a golden apple on the menu for 8 diamond.
8 diamond.
Lewis wonders, just raw diamond or diamond bricks? What are you talking about? Why would she charge 72 diamonds for a golden apple?
It's so funny.
Jesus Christ.
The inflation is so terrible.
Simon asks if she has any golden apples and calls her a lovely grey lower bearded minx. Gray replied that she has no beard, none at all. What are we doing to our queens? These toxic expectations. She's an old woman.
So cruel.
Lewis missed that little exchange. He goes, what? Best not to ask.
You'll learn when you're older.
Lewis asks Simon if he's seen this pool table. He's like, have you seen this pool table, man? I'm glad Lewis can appreciate that. And they all laugh about it. They look into the chest and see the pool cues. And he goes, that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
I drew an angry smiley face there because he's that's pretty epic.
That's pretty epic.
Pretty epic.
I think you'll find in this country it is called snooker. Or even billiards.
Even billiards.
Lewis remarks that he's not sure it's been called billiards since about 18. And Simon says he's a grandmaster of billiards, of the pockets kind.
I love that line.
That's the closing line. Horny Minecraft.
Horny, nasty little Minecraft.
TVY, by the way.
TVY.
While I was looking at comments, I saw every single episode of Shadow of Israphel listed TVY. Really good website.
Help.
Good program.
Really good.
Give your kid an iPad. They'll find this and they'll like it.
Cunnilingus!
I need to put Simon in a little rock and just see him entrapped. That's
in
what
a little rock? Embed him inside of a rock?
I need to embed him in a stone.
You trapped him in the Sons of Stone have returned.
I thought you meant you put him under a stone like a roly-poly.
I mean, that could also work.
You pull the stone up and all the little honeydews go scampering away.
Yeah.
Listen, this episode was a trial for me.
Yeah.
I remember I was just listening through the audio from the last episode and you were really disturbed and distraught about the Astley interaction. And, that was...
I should say, it's all a bit. I don't care. But on the other hand, it's very funny to be distraught by it. Because it's Jesus fucking Christ.
These are our heroes?
These monsters are the ones we have to root for?
It's so awful.
They're bad, but Israphel's worse.
This is some real edgy 2000s comic something.
There are no
the hero and villain are both
There are no heroes in Minecraft.
There are no heroes in Minecraft.
They've gotten lost in Israphel's shadow. They've forgotten the light.
Oh my god.
Birchmere.
Yeah, I have
classic comments.
Yeah, I have 2 comments from both of the videos. So here's for this one from Yaguta. They say this. I don't know if this is impromptu to anything or it just really got to me. We about to get twisted. Y'all coming or what? Yeah. Can I get a check? Yeah, we gay.
What? Huh?
That's it.
I think this is a reference to something. I just don't know what it is.
All right.
We about to get twisted. All right, and the other one is from Eltardo10. To get the version that they are playing on of Minecraft, you need to buy it right. Because I tried the free version. All you do is build stuff, and it's day, and never night. And also the graphics are bad, and it's completely different.
Me as a child as well, yeah.
It's just
free Minecraft.
It's just so funny. And also the graphics are bad, and also it's a different game.
It's also just a different fucking game. So.
Me with Pocket Edition on my Kindle Fire.
True. So one commenter that I found in the present day comments, which, you know, a lot of them are from 11 years ago still, but whatever. One commenter mentioned how they're pretty good at making the scripted things seem like an organic adventure, and that's true. Like, they just went to Granny's for a lark, and it turned out that she has an important quest item.
Yeah.
Egg on Simon's face for thinking that she wouldn't be any help in the old peculiar quest line.
That was crazy.
You can always trust in Granny.
Random person says, this series was and will always be better than anything Netflix, Amazon, or Disney Plus could ever conceive.
And soon it'll be better than anything, what is it, Paramount could ever do. I don't remember who's making the Minecraft movie. That's true, we haven't talked about the Minecraft movie.
Oh my god.
We haven't done a podcast.
I can't wait. I hope before the end of this series we start seeing comments like this. The Minecraft movie should have been this.
Me too.
Because we already get those for story mode. I need those for the movie too.
They don't know how good they had it with story mode.
They really don't.
They don't know. Oh god, fuck all that, man. Is it Illumination, or do I just think that because they make every annoying movie?
But they don't make, like, human person movies. They just make animated ones, so I'll go look it up right now, just so I stop wondering.
MGT. Scary comment
it's
here.
Warner Brothers. It's Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. Well, fuck them, too. I don't know. For some reason. Probably just a good policy. Fuck those guys.
They killed all of those like animated movies that were done so they could make the Minecraft movie.
They did kill all those guys. They did kill all of them. And I bet they also did kidnap Daisy Duke. I don't know. That's what I'm just saying.
They did that.
Scary comment here. Yes, my soul is still here.
What do you mean?
What happened to your soul?
I have been trapped inside of Minecraft. Shadow of Israphel.
Fuck, Israphel stole my soul.
Who are you? I'm Steve. Yeah, but another commenter speaking of what we're all saying. Why does Lewis end every sentence in chat with exclamation mark? And then they do a face I have never seen written out before. This is what it is.
Oh, let me see.
It is a less
That's
than
it's
a less than a colon with a tilde squiggly line nose and a
Vertical.
What do you call that?
I like the tilde nose.
Line
I'm
as
feeling that.
I love that emoji.
Yeah, it's very unconventional.
That's Squidward. That's an English Squidward.
When I'm full of joy.
Is everyone ready for the next part of this journey?
Yeah.
Oh,
Me smiling due to my joy.
Part 6, Mission Impossible.
Oh boy.
We open with another awesome fan art splash of Simon and Lewis epically posing in front of a dead or dying creeper that is exploding.
This is the fan art of them killing Mr. Astley.
I don't think that's what this is. This is a generic creeper.
To me it is. To me this is them memorializing their cruel murder of Mr. Astley.
They're like, okay, so, yeah, Ross?
This one I did, like, I checked the description to see if they actually linked somebody for the credits this time, because I was like, oh fuck, epic Linkara thumbnail fan art, because it looks like a Linkara thumbnail. And the DeviantArt's been deactivated.
Oh,
no.
I did, however, find a Instagram account, but based on the art that was on there, I don't think it's the same guy, because it's a lot of really pretty painted landscapes.
You don't know. Maybe.
It's been a 13
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Run past the Linkara arc of their
So
art.
for the record, composition is, in the background, explosion, creeper, frowning. Its midsection is, like, it's been beheaded, but almost. There's, like, a spine, or maybe it's meant to be a fuse of gunpowder left over. In the foreground, Simon and Lewis in human, like, form, rendered as, like, people wearing normal clothes. But they do have diamond sword for Lewis and diamond pick for Simon, diamond chestplate on Lewis, diamond pants on Simon.
So funny.
And there are two little Minecraft-style chibis of them at their feet running away from the creeper. So, you know, it's a little cute fan art.
It's so cute.
Lewis is laying out the plan.
So good.
They need a load of diamonds to buy the apple off Granny, and they need to get a record for the Reverend. Instead of doing either of those things, he's going to go hunt more creepies for their powder. Lysander in the chat says, "My compass!" I don't know what happened. We would never know, I guess.
We'll never know.
Granny says to Simon, asking for the golden apple, he says, because they're very rare, she'd have to charge, as opposed to just giving him everything for free.
I had a bit of a Wirt moment there, where I was like, I hear something vaguely familiar to something to like a song snippet that I had heard before. This is not me bashing you, Wirt. This is just a thing that I guess I've picked up from you.
Good.
Because as soon as I read that line, I went, I can teach you, but I have to charge.
Good.
It was
I should
like,
hope so.
earlier in last episode, they made a reference.
All the dwarves to the yard.
No, like, literally, Simon made a reference to that song last episode. He says, like, your cooked fish brings all the Skylords to the yard, or something.
Or Skylords to the cafe, that's what it was.
Yeah, so I wonder if Sibs is making that reference, if it's a layered thing echoing throughout the fabric of time.
Perhaps.
Watch as man with diamond sword fails to kill Creeper. Sad!
Sad!
Creeper blows up. Lysander says, "Damn it, Fumble War."
Blame everything on him.
Granny says, "Heavens to Betsy, what was that?" Guys, it's dire. Lewis versus these creepers. He has a diamond sword. He has a diamond chest plate. Like, he has no reason to be as careful as he's being. If he just committed to an assault, spam clicked, he could probably kill one. But instead, like, okay, given, they're in a weird place. They're in the river. They're in the moat around the city. It's really awkward to fight them. But it's like, God. So it's 8 diamonds for this, golden apple. Granny gives the price. 8 diamonds! 8 diamond! Even for me? You beautiful old thing. Flash wink. That's the idea. Get the dwarven charm rolling. Granny says she could do 7, and he could work off the rest later. Wink. Is one dwarf boning worth 1 diamond?
I guess so. Maybe it's not 1. Maybe it's several.
Yeah. It's true. And I'm like, God, if he just if he stopped being so scared, Lewis could kill at least one of these things. And Lewis is like, I'm failing at creeper killing. He's so upset. He's so disappointed in himself. Hang in there, buddy. 7 diamonds, oh crumbs. There's another explosion, obviously, and some more shots. Was that me? He doesn't know.
I did laugh a lot at that, actually.
Yeah, they're funny. The NPCs are so funny.
They're so interesting.
Lewis goes to the crumbling ruins with a little, like, sign on it, and a creeper explodes right on the sign, and he goes, well, the ruins are even more crumbly now.
I missed that part. Lysander got suspicious. He left the tea shop. He went out of the bar, and he's now looking from the Astley residence. Lewis forgot to replace the sign. Something's obviously happened here.
Where
Lewis
is
is panicking.
Astley?
Let's just say, I don't know what to do. Let's just run away. Timeline where this is the end. They run away from Mistral City and return to living in the wilderness as outlaws. They're wanted by the law for the murder of Mr. Astley.
Finally, Astley deserves, justice.
Simon screams, "We didn't burn him!"
We didn't burn him!
which is technically correct, but I wish Simon would quit incriminating himself.
Simon's favorite.
I think you've gotten away with it, Lewis. It's okay. I mean, what you've gotten away with there is murder of, like, an upstanding member of society. This pillar of the community that was Mr. Astley.
Literally.
Lewis explains that he robbed his whole house, but there's no magical reward chest. Weird. He really is. He's thinking about this quest like a video game thing where he thinks like the designer, which, you know, fair it is, but it's like, I could have swore there would just be like a chest in there. It all makes sense. Now he's guessing that Skylord Jasper is going to have a chest with sulfur in it for some fucking reason. Why? He has the record, remember? He's the record part of the quest.
It's so funny. I love just the
why doesn't he have every item for my quest?
Just fucking around, pretty much.
Unfortunately, Jasper is still having a bath after like a full day.
He takes long baths. Well, for all they know, he left to do things because it's been a full day, and then he came back to take another bath.
Much like the video game The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, as an NPC, he has a set schedule of tasks that he does every day.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, right. No, I read that. They're gonna do the dive from the top. The Mission Impossible. See, this is the problem when you need lots of different objects. You get distracted and forget what you gotta get. Different stuff. Simon decides to swim up a stream of one of the fountains coming down from the platforms instead of just taking the normal tower. Well, no, you know, that comes from the magical, like, diamond of dirt in the sky, so that one's fine.
Stop swimming in the fountains when they told you there's been drownings.
Lysander says, that's dangerous, hero. And then later says, that's dangerous and slow.
There's no reason for him to do this. Simon does.
Skylord also makes it up before him. Simon sings Row, Row, Row Your Boat and forgets the lyrics. Haven't sung that song since I last went canoeing with the Boy Scouts. I was a good man. Laughs.
That whole bit was a little bit, like, strange, obviously, but picturing real Simon in a Boy Scout uniform was kind of funny.
Still a uniform. Luz detects, he's confirmed there's a platform that should be right above Jasper's house. So they're going to be able to just water bucket down in classic Minecraft style and just be fine. They should in the MLG Pro thing and jumped off and played the water perfectly, but beneath them.
My cat has come to join us, by the way.
What?
Kitty cat?
Kitty cat. Yeah, he don't even pick up on the mic. He's also right on the mic, honestly.
A creature.
So then Simon realizes that Lysander beat him up to the sky platform as he swam up really slowly. And Lewis walks over to the mysterious grass diamond with water flowing out of it. He's curious. He wants to know what this place is. Walks through the water into a dark and mysterious room, lit only by redstone torches. 2 signs with lore laid before him. And he doesn't get to read any of the lore, because as soon as he steps into the dark room, there's a hiss and an explosion, and he screams, and he falls to his death in the graveyard.
He's died.
My notes are so crazy for this fucking... What the hell was that up there in the scary?
It is a scary.
Literally.
First death in Shadow of Israphel! Yay! And it's a worthy death. Here's what those signs said, by the way, in this mysterious place. Hallowed are we who inhabit the sacred city. We are the Oath Keepers sworn to duty. There's lore implications. What does that mean? What does it mean? All this background lore that they're never appreciating because all they can think of is killing and sex.
I'm gonna lore.
These two guys are gonna get fucking Mistral City smited by God with all their sinfulness.
They're shacked up in sin.
They are. Yay!
It's fucking true. Yeah, but
it all comes back.
Lysander shouts, "The temple!" afterwards, so I guess that was the temple of Mistral City.
The famous temple.
Maybe it has something to do with, like, the Sky Lords, I guess. Now Lewis he respawns, obviously, and he respawns on the snowy beach where this all began, which is kind of, like, cute and awesome to see, really. Like, it is sort of neat and nostalgic.
It's been a long time since we've been back.
But he does have to run all the way back to town.
Yeah.
They don't edit any of it out. I guess the fact that he has to run all the way back might excuse his overly cautious behavior, but man, come on. You had diamond armor and shit.
It's so funny.
You waited until you were in the sky to get blown up by a creeper.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah, I say it's ironic that he died to a creeper by surprise instead of the ones he was actually engaging in combat.
Yeah, and it, like, rocketed him across the map.
Skylar Jasper yells, "What the devil was that? Fumble more!
Fumble more!
Fumble more!
Fumble more!
He's so loud. Maybe Israphel put a creep in there, Simon theorizes. Then he references Lewis stepping on a pressure plate in an adventure map and blowing up everything. So they got some, like, unresolved tensions about that, I guess.
The scaries.
I probably went somewhere I shouldn't have gone and I got blown to smithereens. As it happens. Lewis walks down the road at night. Luckily, this road was super safe when they first went along it, so, it's probably fine. The thing is, we're, like, kind of like superheroes in that, we can't die, but whenever we die, we respawn in a specific, fucking world hole. He gets interrupted from his train of thought. Mel, so you got something to say about what Simon...
what Simon is about to say? Maybe. I think the exact words are, the entire exchange is great because, he's just Simon shitting on Lewis, but I hear Simon say, "See, I'm more like Batman," and my brain just stops.
He says, "You're just like a superhero, Lewis. Useless noob man." How about that? Terrible at computer games, fella. Lewis laughs / sobs.
Can't wait for that to show up in the Venture Bros, even though the Venture Bros is over.
Can't wait for that to show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yogscast picks up the IP.
Oh my god.
Simon's gonna try and do Mission Impossible on his own. He doesn't. He waits for him, actually. That was a lie. Lewis asks if Simon looted any of his stuff for him, despite Simon definitely not going back down at all. So... it's okay, Father Brayburn's been guarding it, and Lewis has a pretty funny exchange with Father Brayburn on the ground. I think he was ready to bury you, Lewis. He thought you were dead. I mean, you were dead, but you came back. Much like our Lord and Savior. He starts to crack up and then says, "Notch."
Imagining all this water crashing down onto the graveyard along with a metric fuck ton of garbage from Zephos' inventory.
Brayburn asks if Lewis is alright. He says, "I'm fine. I'm invulnerable. Just every time I die, I respawn fucking miles away." Is Zephos rude? Zephos cussing?
Oh my god.
I don't think he's ever sworn in character.
This moment made me laugh because it reminded me of, in our Dragon Ball read-through, just the little thing where Goku says, "I'm invincible."
I'm immortal.
I'm immortal. That's
immortal.
Right, that's what it was. I'm immortal.
I don't think that's how that works.
Where's that one bit from SpongeBob where they're just like, "What do you do with the mustache? We're invincible!"
True. God, and he just put about holding on anymore. Says Elvisman. He has to rereach his inventory. He lost his chest plate and his diamond sword.
Yeah,
Lewis, look harder. It's there.
You just gotta look, man. It didn't respawn yet.
He just gives up so easily.
He's
also, all my stuff vanishes. He types in chat.
So
That's
sad.
not great.
He's like, "Man, that sucks. Where's my disc?"
Rest in peace, diamond sword forged by Daisy Duke. You were never fucking used to your potential at all.
Literally.
Daisy is rolling in her grave. She's dead! Anyway, yeah, that's how the quest is going for the record. I read that as, like, on the record, like, just for the record. Just for the record, how's the quest go?
Where's my disc?
Lou says, "We're on the case right now!" And he says he's already planning the renovations. Yay!
Yay!
Lewis finishes his corpse run and returns to the sky platforms.
He returns!
He gets scared by a creeper glitching out rapidly on a balloon above. It looked like it was leaping down to kill him.
A creeper mirage.
He's murder.
What is it with you and creepers? Maybe they know you're looking for sulfur and they're trying to help. Why does Lewis... I just write here, cold, no context. Why does Lewis have 2 buckets of water?
Yeah, what the
Why
hell?
do you need that in your inventory? You picked those up, not the diamond stuff. Okay.
For fun.
So they lay down 3 buckets of water to do this plan, instead of just 1, which is all you need. And then they carefully, stealthily descend with Skylord Lysander, but oops, he fell down to a lower level. Jasper yells, "What was that noise?"
What are you doing about?
Honeydew smashes a fucking window open, crawls into his skylight. "What the hell?" Jasper says, walking onto his balcony and seeing Lysander swimming up a waterfall. Lysander shouts, "Run!"
He's just so afraid. It's so good.
Jasper shouts, "Lysander, I will end you!" Skylord drama.
Oh my god.
Fucking, there was, a little bit before this, they were talking about, like, the subject of music was brought up, like, a little bit ago. I'm sorry for backtracking a little bit. But it said something about getting down with the funky beats, as the kids say, and I'm like, yes, this is certainly a thing that kids in 2011 are saying.
Yeah.
And there's, like, this is the part of my notes where I just get fucking crazy with it. Lysander kept going down. No! Did you break the fucking glass? I will end you! Don't.
It's such a stressful situation. They're gonna get caught and killed.
It really is.
They're looking through his chest, and Lewis starts giggling like a schoolboy when he sees what's in one of Jasper's chests. He's like, you see this sugar and paper laid out in his chest, kind of like like drugs.
Stop.
It's so boyish and like delighted.
Stop rooting around in his
like,
cocaine. And
it's
get
kind
out
of like drugs.
Leave the opium alone. Go.
It's his cocaine. That's a completely different. He's on coke. He's on opium. This guy's fucking crazy. This guy's the consummate fucking like. I don't know. He's fucking messed up.
But he also loves music and long baths.
Yeah.
Honestly, let him live. And also, he has some tenuous connection to an evil, insane pastor.
It's scary.
He found 2 diamonds in the chest. Wow, all the quests are connected. He also takes pink dye just for fun.
Yeah, he just takes the dye, and he leaves a ton of arrows in there that he could have used to kill creepers.
I saw a comment that was like, "Oh, he could have used the arrows to kill creepers!" God, I hate this guy.
It was so tense. God. It was so tense.
Jasper says, "But if water's on my roof, then..." Oh no, he's thinking and learning. He's onto them.
Oh my god.
For some reason, I didn't connect that dot. I went, oh no, his hydroponics!
Lewis is wondering if it's downstairs or in a secret room, and who would ever hide a record in the secret location?
Funny.
That's so ridiculous. Then I yell, "Why isn't Lewis stacking diamonds?" Okay, he figured it out. Jesus.
Each one has to be in a single place, just like a...
He's like, "Can you stack these?" They move on to checking his airship to see if the record's on the airship at all. And they get so lost. All of a sudden there's a cut. Like, you see Lewis going to talk to Lysander as if they have walkie-talkies. And then there's a cut, and Lysander says, "I've been found out. I'll distract Jasper. You look for the diamonds. We're looking for a record, Lysander. Keep up."
His brain is just
freaking out.
We look for the sulfur. We look for the diamond. Come on, man.
We've got too many quests.
Quest maxing.
Simon does another bit where he accuses a politician of having a sex toy in his house.
Oh, right.
It's a rubber duck, but it's a creeper. At least I think it's a creeper. It's pink and... Ah!
Okay, this is another part where I thought it was an actual creature instead of a sex thing, because I was just like, what the fuck is this Tetra Pack on where there's pink creepers?
Yeah, I was also for a second like, rubber duck, how would they even, like, do that? There's, like, not, like, heads. You couldn't just... Oh, okay. Okay, I see. The Pernus. Alright.
Yeah.
The Dildor. I get it.
I see.
The Dildor.
Heard
I
of
really
such
love
a thing.
these homophobic remarks on these random guys.
We have to kill them for this.
Oh, he's already a coke fiend, an opium fiend. He's gay,
Apparently, being gay is
It's
so
a
much
struggle.
of a
bald.
He's a fan of classical music. There's a lot of things going on
He's a
about
fan of
him.
S Club 7.
There's no point like an S Club party.
Lewis is literally tearing his bedroom to shreds with a pickaxe. He's
Stop
like
breaking
upending
his house.
his jukebox, his furniture. He's tearing into his beds, and he finds it under a chest under his pillow, which I get what they're going for. Oh, he keeps the record under his pillow because he loves it so much. But in Minecraft world, you have to like dig up a giant block of wool and a stone slab that serves as a pillow to find this chest.
Yeah. Wow.
He goes, aha, yes! And then when he says that, he's mousing over a cake. He's not mousing over the record.
Yes!
I
I'm
found
finally
it.
fed!
Our food troubles are over, Simon.
Did we have food troubles?
He just really wanted to
Jasper's
piece of cake.
yelling at Lysander, and Lysander says, hey Jasper, nice pink towels! Which you could also interpret that as a homophobic jab, but maybe he just actually likes them. How about that? What about?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just trying to like calm him by flattering him.
Why is he such a hater? I don't understand.
Or maybe in RP he's like naked and wearing a pink towel as he's going out to see what the fuck's happening. Maybe that's like the RP. They should have changed his skin to be naked for this.
Yeah,
I think that would have been
good
fucking
if they
funny.
showed his cock and balls.
I think that would be awesome if his cock and balls were there. And I think it'd be awesome if
Minecraft
Simon
peanuts.
simulated the sound
Oh,
of
good
deep throating him for like 20 seconds. I think that'd be
Good
good.
lord, there's penis.
To make up for their homophobic remarks, he will be sucking dick.
They got... Then they're trying to escape, and then I start to forget out my notes, because they get wedged together. They're trying to, like, just ride the water off the balcony, but Lewis gets stuck on a glitchy fence, and he's doing nothing to try and, like, break the fence or do anything. Just, like, put a block above his head to stop the water. He's just standing there and panicking as Simon, like, unaware, shoots an arrow at zombies in the moat. He just fucking dies again. He's dying in vain for nothing!
Mission Impossible, my ass.
It's
This is one of the
so
most stressful
funny.
episodes.
It was
You
just
betrayed
so
and
hard to watch.
destroyed
I was
yourself
sitting
for
there.
nothing!
It's
It's the most insufferable
so-
thing.
God, and now he has to walk all the way back.
It's so funny, he has to walk all the way
Cameraman
back.
keeps dying. Why? And then he's like,
Two-
"Oh shit! Did
Two
I have the
course
record, or
runs
did
in one
you?"
episode.
Zephyr's like, he's like, "Dude, did I have the record? Did you have the record?" Dude, please,
Then
it's
who's
still
driving
there.
the
Calm
plane?
down. What a
Oh my
clusterfuck! This operation
I
was almost
know,
perfect
it's-
until they got stuck on a fence.
It's so insane.
It's so funny.
Last thing we see is Father Brayburn trying to mediate between Skylords as our heroes leave us off a certain note. Mayhaps the record's lost forever, and they will never cure Old Peculiar.
So sad.
No.
Damn.
Those are the 2 episodes. Thoughts?
Yay!
It was
Yeah.
just there's such
Well-
interesting
Oh my God.
episodes.
Well, yay, but also... But
Yay that the
also...
recording.
Rest
Yay
in
that the recording
peace.
is over, but
Yeah.
I have beef with them, I think.
I have some
Yeah.
beef too.
Dude, and they seem like such nice British boys before this. What the hell?
they're so
know.
nice. They're so
I
nice.
miss his-
And
Lewis
I
was
have-
shacked up in
Tower.
sin.
I have
Yeah.
some comments.
Of course, we gotta go
Yeah.
through the comments before we
Of
leave
course.
off.
Right before that, though, I do have just one small thing that I did
Hmm.
just come up with right now. If this is how sexful they're being outside of the in-world strip club, then I'm scared for if and when we go there.
Oh
God.
Exactly.
I can't
You
wait.
can do your you can do your comment corner now. I'm sorry.
Comment corner.
From British Broadway, what will happen next? Will Jasper be really angry and try to kill everyone, and will they get
Angie.
Yeah, it says Angie. And get the will they get the golden record? And also, was Granny Bacon pregnant?
Oh,
That's a
dude,
I-
Don't
Um,
say those things.
no. Say other things, please.
Can you say something
Menopause.
else?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, here's something
Please.
else.
I'm begging.
From Sporky Zero, I fear Lewis is becoming even worse at this game. Can they do anything right?
Literally,
That's
Yeah.
exactly how I feel.
I made good with Lewis with that poem. Now I'm angry at him all over again.
Deuce,
We'll have to
Lewis, we
see.
were wrong, and I rescind anything I've ever said. I
to
quite do
cover up
not.
the fact that they ransacked the chests. Died twice in one episode. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
True. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Is that good?
Yep, that's it.
All right, I got a few here. I'd like to say, like, that room mystified me. The temple, that mystified me a lot. This hidden lore.
Things
Like-
just kept happening. I didn't even almost pick up on it. I was just.
All we care about is this old man and having sex. We don't even care about the old man. We're busy having sex and killing people. Meanwhile, there's something going on here.
Such little urgency with fucking Old Peculiar, I find. A lot less than it was at some point, where now it's just like...
They
we're
got
stealing
distracted,
it.
alright?
They got distracted.
Yeah.
They're now having sex.
Distracted
and
from
it's
having
just like,
sex
okay.
and killing innocents.
I'm having sex in Minecraft.
There's more comments about how good of a build Mistral City is, which, you know...
Mhm,
It is.
Yeah, having people to live inside your Minecraft build will often make it feel more real and fleshed out. That's, you know, just, I think that's true of most things.
mhm.
But it is,
Yeah.
in concept and construction, such a good build also.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
Got to admit, rewatching this, Lewis's incompetence is almost unbearable. That's where I say, I'm sorry, Lewis. I'll write another
Go
apology
back.
poem later.
Go, man.
Oh my god.
At 5'12", when Lewis was reborn, he wasn't himself anymore. He became the Bristol
Bristol
Pusher after
Pusher.
falling in his own grave.
God. The lore that we could make out of this is actually crazy.
Really,
though.
Yeah.
really philosophical quandary from this commenter here that we might all enjoy. Hero's superpower, quote, cannot die. Problems, quote, everyone you love will die and you'll grieve forever, mate.
We'll wander forever.
You'll wander forever.
Fuck. Wandering forever.
And last
Real
comment I
gremlins.
have is you can see Israphel in the mountains at 5:04!
Oh my
You can
God.
see that's just before Lewis dies from the creeper. He was
Israphel
literally
was
looking at him.
and
You
laughing.
can literally, he's like on the mountains on the left, like the far grass-topped mountains that you can see behind all the bullshit. You can see like his head poking behind a block. Like he's looking at, he's an omen of death.
Oh, that's really
Scary.
He is hunting and stalking you. Well, there we go. Those episodes, you know, it's the quest line. I liked Father Brayburn. He was a delight to have in these episodes, I feel like.
Yeah.
Strong new
Yeah.
character. Possibly new favorite character, Father Brayburn.
He's just hanging
Yeah.
out.
Ranking high in popularity.
Literally.
High in the popularity polls.
He sounds like
There was just-
he sounds like the cowcopter from fucking from Sweet Cup and Cakes.
Hell, I was gonna say, you're just turning into a strong bad impression at this point.
I wish his voice didn't vibrate my brain.
My poor brain being turned to mush.
Yeah, well, next time we'll see. How are they gonna solve these damn problems? I mean, they got the record, I guess. Do you think they'll find the record, or do you think it's over? And
I think
Yeah, I think
personally,
Old Peculiar's
they're
gonna
fine in the
die.
dumbest way.
I don't have faith
think
in
it's
them.
Jover.
But yeah, I'm kind of.
I don't
have
It's
faith in them.
over.
I don't know where they're gonna get all those diamonds. I don't know if there were enough in Jasper's place. I don't think it was
No,
enough.
there's just no
Unless
way.
I don't know. Maybe you could argue that this was all designed by an intelligent creator and that it was enough perfectly.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just enough. Just enough.
Then they need to find the sulfur, and they'll never be able to. Do
Oh
that
yeah, I
because
was like,
creepers
yeah,
are too
that's
strong.
true. They're missing a
Never
couple
kill
other
that.
things, I think, aren't they?
They also need to find dirt, which I don't know where they're going to get
I don't
that.
know where they
Yeah.
could... That's the hardest thing to get in Minecraft.
They'd have to dig some
Really
kind of a
is.
hole or something if they want all that
Dude.
dirt.
I guess you could say they'd be.
Sure.
That'll never
Hole?
happen.
They will never dig in this series. Let me just tell you that. There's going to be no mining, no digging, no
There'll
crafting,
be
no nothing.
holes.
No mining,
Mm-mm.
no crafting, no.
Especially no dwarf
digging
holes.
either. Since
I
this
I
guy
was
was
about to say, Simon's gonna change his skin to not be a dwarf
No.
Give it up.
Please, anything but that.
normal now.
He's
Please
so
stop.
normal.
Please stop this madness.
Alright, well,
What a way to end
with
this episode.
all that said, another couple episodes in the book. We're getting a little fatigued all the sex.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, this beautiful world, and then Simon's really hammering it home here. He's really drilling
I'm
in.
all about old ladies
laying
too,
it
but
on thicker and heavier as he went.
There's a strange fascination with male homosexuality that I'm not really sure what this like psychologically says. Milnak, maybe you know something about that. Psychology.
I
wanted to say something, but then I was like, no, I take it back.
Went to a psych conference.
You did go to a psych
I did nerd
conference,
stuff.
yeah.
Psychoanalyzing, which is the thing I do. Yeah, awesome.
True.
I think there's a lot of psychological theory that would imply that I would not want to be around Simon in an extended period of time. I'd be happy to send some references to whoever requests. Please email me.
I think that they could benefit from a yaoi break.
Hold on.
And I'm not elaborating
What's
on
the
that
Yogscast email?
Send the Yogscast an email asking
I am Dave Yognot.
Hi.
Contact at yogscast.com. That's how you can reach me.
Hi. I'd just like to ask some questions about the writing of Shadow of Israphel Part 6. You include this this bit about Jasper having a sex toy. What do you mean to imply about the character like this?
I didn't mean to imply.
They also imply that Lysander is gay, but
Lysander
what does it mean?
is the cool gay guy.
Are the Skylords just gay?
Yes.
I
This is
believe
a gay
it, and I
romance.
want it.
They never accused like Old Peculiar of being gay. They accused him of being a murderer who's gonna slit their throat.
No, they kind of did because
right, the back rub
Lysander
bit,
did.
which Simon volunteered. So I think
yeah, exactly.
there's a lot of male like fear of
It's
male
like repression.
intimacy
It's
and
really scary.
weakness, and I mean, we're obviously Jasper's meant to be a repugnant character. We can tell because he yells at people for no reason.
Of course.
He does drugs, so obviously he's a man of low moral standing in the eyes of these writers. But Lysander's been an upstanding guy, all we know him, and he is not free of these accusations.
For the season finale, can we have Simon and Lewis standing in front of the camera very awkwardly going, "We're sorry."
We're sorry, gay people.
I would like that very much.
The LGBT community have they forgiven Simon and Lewis?
I don't
We'll have
know.
to
I feel
find
like
out.
I don't know.
I guess we'll
I
have to
don't
find
know.
out in the next episode of The Shadow.
We'll find out next time. Let's see if we can get a dry spell going on the Shadow of Israphel. Next time in the next part. No more sex.
Yeah. The sexless Minecraft.
No more.